Honest to God, I bought that smart lock because I'm lazy. You know the type. Connect it to your Wi-Fi. Unlock it with your phone. I live alone in this older apartment complex, second floor. It felt like a good security upgrade. For the first month, it was great. The first time it happened, it was a Tuesday, around 3:17 a.m. My phone buzzed on the nightstand. I woke up groggy, squinting at the bright screen. It was a notification from the lock app, front door unlocked manually. My stomach just dropped. You know that feeling when you miss a step on the stairs? Like that? Manually means someone inside turned the thumb turn. I sat up, freezing. The apartment was dead silent. I could just hear the hum of the fridge down the hall. I grabbed the baseball bat I keep under the bed. Cliché, I know. But what else do you do? I crept out of the bedroom. The hallway was empty. I got to the living room, my heart hammering against my ribs so hard I thought it would wake the neighbors. I looked at the door. It was locked. I checked the app again. The log showed it had been locked again at 3:19 a.m. 2 minutes later, I tore the place apart. Nobody. No signs of forced entry on the windows. I told myself it was a glitch. Software bug. I even changed my Wi-Fi password the next day. A week went by. Nothing. Then last night happened. I was watching TV. It was maybe 11 p.m. Not even late. I had just muted the TV during a commercial break when I heard it. That distinct, heavy, clunk-worse sound of the deadbolt retracting. I froze on the couch. The door was right there, 10 feet away around the corner. I didn't move. I just listened. The silence stretching out in that apartment was heavier than anything I've ever felt. It smelled like old dust and, I don't know, cold air. Then, slowly, the doorknob turned. The door creaked open a few inches, just sitting there, ajar. Letting the draft from the hallway in, I bolted. Ran out the back sliding door onto the balcony and called 911. The cops came, cleared the place. Empty again. The log on my phone didn't say unlocked manually this time. It just said door opened. I'm staying at a motel tonight. I'm staring at the app on my phone right now. It's 2 a.m. It just sent a notification, front door locked manually. I don't think someone was trying to break in. Guys, I think I locked something in with me, and it finally figured out. I work graveyard security at a corporate park. It's 99% boredom, 1% fighting the urge to sleep. It's just me in the main building, staring at a wall of 16 monitors, smelling floor wax and stale coffee. The hum of the server room is basically the soundtrack to my life. The complex is dead after 7 p.m. By 2 a.m., it feels like the surface of the moon. You get used to the noises, the building settling, the ice machine down the hall dropping ice. But you never get used to the feeling of being watched when you know for a fact you are alone. Last Tuesday, I was doing my 3 a.m. rounds. I usually just do a quick perimeter check. Before I left the booth, I did a quick scan of the monitors. Everything was normal until I got to Cam 12. The basement archives. It's always freezing down there. On the monitor, in the far corner between 2 rows of shelves, something was standing there. It looked like, I don't know, a person wrapped in tarp? Just standing perfectly still, my breath hitched. I zoomed in with the joystick. The grain was terrible, but it was definitely a shape that shouldn't be there. I grabbed my heavy-duty flashlight and went down, radioed it in to nobody, just for the recording. The air down there hit me like a physical wall of cold. It smelled metallic, like old pennies. I rounded the corner to the archives, flashlight beam shaking a little. Nothing. Empty. I checked between every aisle, just boxes of tax records from 2008. I felt like an idiot. My heart rate finally started to slow down. Must have been a shadow, a trick of the low-res camera. I went back upstairs to the booth, feeling the sweat dry cold on my back. I sat back down in my chair. I looked up at the wall of monitors. Cam 12. The figure was back. Same spot. But this time, I swear to God, it was facing the camera, and it was waving. I don't do the basement rounds anymore. Working double shifts kills you. I passed out the second I hit the seat on the L train. It was the last train out of the city center, usually full of drunks and exhausted service workers. The rhythmic clatter of the tracks was like a lullaby. I woke up with a start, drool on my chin. You know that panic when you think you missed your stop? I checked my phone. Dead battery. Great. I looked around. The car was totally empty. Just me. The air felt heavy, thick, and strangely warm. I stood up, stumbling a bit as the train swayed. I walked to the connecting doors, looking into the next car. Empty. The next one. Empty. The whole train was deserted, and it was moving fast. Too fast. I tried to figure out where we were. We should have been above ground by now, heading into the suburbs. But outside the grimy windows, it was just solid, oppressive blackness. No tunnel lights. No platforms. Just the screaming sound of metal on metal. Panic started to set in. Real, icy panic. I smashed the emergency intercom button. Hello? Is anyone there? I missed my stop. Static. Then, for half a second, a sound. Not a voice. It sounded like wet breathing. Right against the microphone. I sat back down, trying to control my breathing. The train wasn't slowing down. It felt like we were going down a steep incline now. My ears popped. I looked at the window across from me, staring at my own pale reflection, and that's when I saw them. In the reflection of the glass, the car wasn't empty anymore. Every seat behind me was full. They were just dark shapes, sitting rigid, facing forward. The train finally started to slow down. The screeching of the brakes was deafening. We pulled into a station. It wasn't on any map. It looked ancient, covered in decades of soot. No exit signs. No stairs leading up, just a platform in a cave. The doors slid open with a hiss. The announcement chime dinged. It was distorted, broken. The automated voice crackled over the speakers. It didn't announce a street name. It just said, "Final stop. Everybody off." I'm still sitting here. The doors are open. The cold air drifting in smells like damp earth and decay. I'm not getting off this train. But in the reflection of the window, the shapes behind me are starting to stand up.